What is going on, everybody? It's David here helping you play creatively. So how do you get that gospel flavor in your piano playing? Well, you need the right ingredients. Imagine you were going out and you were trying to buy your favorite pizza and you found out those jokers put soy sauce on your pizza. You would be like, you guys are tripping. Why? Because they're not using the right ingredients. So today we're gonna give you a good ingredient for gospel music, which is diminished chords. We're gonna start really at the basic level, all right? So this lesson is perfect for beginners. But that being said, let's get right to it. So what is a diminished chord? Let's look at a C major chord here, all right? Now, if you know a major chord, which we're gonna assume that you are not an absolute beginner, but you are still new to the piano, you would know what a C major chord is, right? And here C major chord is C, E, and G. And we're gonna use some numbers here. The numbers for these letters are 1, 3, and 5, all right? That corresponds to C, E, and G. What we're gonna do is we're going to flatten the third, or E, all right? That gives us C minor, okay? The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna flatten the G, or the fifth. That gives us C diminished, okay? So how do you find a diminished chord? Well, you play your major chord, then you flatten the third and the fifth. Let's go ahead and apply that concept to another chord. Let's go ahead and look at F major. Here we have F major, F, A, and C, or the corresponding scale degrees or numbers are 1, 3, and 5. We're going to go ahead and take the third, which is going to be A, and we're going to drop that down to A flat. Then we're going to go ahead and take the fifth, and we're going to drop that down to B. And that gives us an F diminished chord, all right? Now, let's go ahead and apply this in a song, okay? The song that we're looking at today is Amazing Grace, and we're gonna play this in the key of F, all right? So we have the basic song, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. All right, so really simple. Now, how are we going to apply this chord? Well, the first way I like to apply diminished chords is using them as passing chords going to a minor chord. All right, now if you look at our song, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved. We found a minor chord. So that tells us that we can use a minor chord going to, a diminished chord going to this minor chord, all right? That diminished chord as our passing chord. Now, the diminished chord that we're using here is going to be a C sharp diminished. And we learned this earlier, okay? Now, the rule for this is I can play a diminished chord that is 1/2 step lower from the minor chord that I'm going to. So if I'm going to D minor, I can play a diminished chord that is 1/2 step lower than D. And that's going to be a C sharp diminished, okay? So let's go ahead and try to apply this in the song. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. All right. Now, let's go ahead and try to apply this in another key. Let's look at the key of G. Okay. The minor chord that we're going to go to in the key of G is going to be E minor, okay? And remember the rule. If we're going to a minor chord, we can play a diminished chord that is 1/2 step lower as our passing chord. Okay? So here, we're going to play an E flat diminished going to E minor. Let's try to find that E flat diminished. All right? I already played it for you real quick, but how would we find it? We'll play the E flat major chord. We're going to flatten the third. We're going to flatten the fifth. And then that gives us the diminished chord that we're going to use for our minor chord, okay? All right, so here we go. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. So we use that E flat diminish to take us to our E minor chord, all right? With that being said, we're going to stop right there. Thanks so much for watching. Do me a favor, if you want to continue on this journey, go ahead and check out the next lesson that's coming up. Until next time, keep watching, keep learning, and we'll all keep growing together. I'll see you guys next week.